Hi, welcome back to the final video of our Amazon PPC series. So hopefully by now you've set up your campaigns and waited about 2 weeks in order to collect enough data. Now it's time to get into the nitty-gritty and go through a round of optimization. To do that, we'll need to add negative keywords, find new keywords, and finally optimize the bids. To get started, I downloaded the search term report from Amazon. We will need to look through it and see which of the search terms in the automatic campaign are converting and transfer them to the broad match campaign. From there, we can add them as negatives to the auto campaign. So next, we want to cut some waste and remove the search terms that just produce costs but no sales by adding them as phrase match negative keywords. Some of you may be wondering, how can you be sure that a keyword is in fact useless and just driving up your costs? To determine that, we use the following formula: 1 divided by the expected conversion rate. So if a keyword usually converts at 10%, you should wait 10 clicks before you add it as a negative. So for instance, if we take a look here, we can go ahead and add this one as negative as well. So let's do that for all campaigns and all ad groups we've set up earlier. Next up, we'll take a look at which keywords we want to move from an auto campaign to a manual campaign in the broad match and exact match ad groups. Remember, the purpose of the auto campaign is to find new keywords so that we can move them to a manual campaign and optimize the bids. In the auto campaign, we want to find all the search terms that have at least one conversion so we know that they are relevant to our ASIN. Then we'll move them to the broad match ad group and add them as negative phrase to the auto campaign. Once that's done, we will need to check the broad match search terms and move our most important keywords to the exact ad group in order to optimize the bids. If you want to be more accurate, you will need to move more keywords to the exact match ad group. Keep in mind that this also needs more effort, so these will usually be the keywords that have the most clicks, costs, or conversions. Next, we want to optimize our bids in order to reach our target. So how do we know exactly which ones to optimize? Again, this will depend on the goal that you set earlier. If you need a refresher on how to do that, you can watch the second video in this series. We will of course link it below. So as you can see here, increasing your bids will cause your product to show up more often because you will outbid your competitors. However, there is a limit to this because at a certain point, increasing your bids will not lead to more impressions or conversions. The more you increase the bids, the higher your ACoS will be, since you pay more for each sale, and in turn, this will hinder your profitability. The total profit would look something like this. At first, it will increase because you are making more and more sales the higher you bid. But at a certain point, your CPC and ACoS will be so high that the PPC costs will eat up your margin and your profits will shrink. If your goal is to maximize sales, your metric will be break-even ACoS, so you can increase your CPC until your campaign isn't profitable anymore. If you have set a target ACoS, you will increase your CPC only to the point until that ACoS is achieved, like here. If you want to maximize your total profit, you would keep increasing your bids until you notice that the extra sales don't outweigh the increased ACoS anymore. I know it's a lot to take in, so if you want to review this chart again, we've made it downloadable for you. As you can see, it's quite difficult to optimize for profit because it is a moving target. And in Seller Central, they only let you see your sales but not your profit. If you want to see profits in real time per ASIN, make sure to check out Sellics. Alright, getting back to our example and optimizing our bids for the target ACoS of 10%. Our margin before PPC cost is 30%, so if we increase our bids until we have an ACoS of 20, that would make it so that we have 10% profit left. To make sure that you don't make too many big jumps, we will just test this in incremental steps in order to achieve our target. It's important to be patient and leave a bit of time between each optimization cycle. That way you've had a chance to collect enough data. In order to know where we should increase the bids, we can filter all the search terms that have an ACoS below 20%. Then we can incrementally increase the bids here, let's say by 30 to 40%. Let's check for search terms that are above 20% as well. Here we want to decrease the bids by the same amount. In the next optimization cycle, you will only want to change it by 20 to 30% until we hit our target ACoS. Also, with the PPC Manager in Sellics, you can do this via automated rules. You can just set a rule when the bid should be increased or decreased so that it can be done automatically. Depending on how many products you have, this will make your life a lot easier. So if that sounds interesting, just head over to Sellics.com and try it out for free. All right, everybody, that concludes our Amazon PPC Beginners course. I hope that you found it valuable, and if you would like to see more from us, make sure to let us know in the comments, give us a thumbs up, and of course, hit subscribe. Talk to you soon, and I wish you success on Amazon. Bye!